And, ooh, I am having some major feedback. Let me see what's going on. Well, welcome everyone. Because I can hear you guys, or I can hear myself in my ears. I don't know if it's doubled for you guys. What is the problem? How do I get it a double sound? Let me see if I can troubleshoot this. Well, I mean, we're doing this live, so... I mean, I can turn down my ears, but then I can't hear the game. So... Oh, I see. There we go. Well, that didn't really fix that didn't really fix that I can hear myself. Well, somewhere out of this double. Yes, right. Hello, if you're in chat, I'm just trying to figure out my, alright. Does that work? If anyone's in chat and you're hearing double, like, let me know. If you're not hearing double, then we can move on hearing double. I don't know how to... There's no echo on your side? Okay, so let's see. Hello. Okay. Alright. But you guys, can you hear? Alright, so can you hear me? Okay, game audio's coming through. You can hear me. Yep, alright. Alright then, let's start the game. Okay, so today's been a little weird. My capture card decided it wanted to throw a hissy fit and not want to work. So I'm having to kind of deal with several things with that. So without further ado, I would like everyone to sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this little game, What Remains of Edith Finch. Jagged Horde, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you guys here. Obviously, this is a little different layout. Ooh, we're gonna turn that down like a lot. That's turn me up. Oof. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Okay. So I have never played this game before, ever. Taz, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Obviously, so I'm having to play this in Streamlabs OBS because my capture card, like I said, was throwing a major fit, and I could not, for the life of me, figure it out in OBS Live. So we are playing this in Streamlabs, so you can see my overlays are not here or anything because I don't know why it will work here, but it won't work in OBS Live, but beyond that. Welcome to What Remains of Edith Finch. I'm going to start playing. I have no idea what this game is about. This is what I can tell you this game is about. 1 second. It's a game about what it feels like to be humbled and astonished by the vast and unknowable world around us. That's about as much as I know. Oh, our arm is in a cast.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
I thought there might have been some subtitles, but hopefully that'll just be in the game. Alright, so, okay, we got a fence. We have a walkway. Alright. Okay. Left trigger zooms. Ah.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Just gonna walk through and take it all in.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
If the game audio is too quiet, I will turn it up. I think that was just the music at the beginning. I think it might be a little quiet now. Okay. And I'm turning up in my ears now.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, that's neat.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Oh, and their little birds on. Oh, that's cute. Can I go down here? Oh, I can. Alright. Explore! Gotta go, Ma. Gotta explore. Okay, so I can't actually go there.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Ooh, spooky.
The
Big
woods
spooky
around the
vibes.
house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Oh, I see. Either way you choose, you get there. So we went through the forest, or you could come down here and go through the, down the street. See if we get some more dialogue. I like her voice. Oh, it's deer. Hello? Hello, woodland friends. Okay. I was just interested in the deer. I was interested in the deer. Ooh. Oh, that's the same missing poster. This is a very interesting game. I love the atmosphere already. I love the forest, obviously, because it's like, I love nature, and this is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous environment. Like, look at that! God, I know so many ponds that look like that. They're just these little tiny, I mean, literal pond with all the lily pads and stuff on it. Now, I mean, sans the missing posters. But, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is really nice. Now I say that, oh, look at this over here! Hold on. Oh goodness! Also, the frog noises are my favorite. That's really cool. I can't go any further. I can't go like check it out. Hopefully we'll get to check that out because that's really neat. I'm trying to push the boundaries of the game to see how far it'll let me travel through something or to go somewhere. Okay. Alright, we did the thing.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I am.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
It's a really foreboding feeling. Okay. Thank you, Joseph, for your alert. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Can I sit? Oh, it's right for someone in a wheelchair. Was someone here in a wheelchair? Or you had the need to use a walker? Or maybe a cane? So, we talk, there are, I'll get to that. I'll get to my thought in a minute. This is... Oh. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh, that's pretty.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I bet. So,
The power had been turned off the night we left.
okay, so now that we know that there's no power, oh, that's cool. So, my dad did this for me when I was learning to drive. So, we would hang a tennis ball on a string in the garage, and when you got far enough to where the tennis ball hit the windshield, you were just far enough for the back end of the car to have the garage door, for the garage door to lower behind the car when your windshield could touch the tennis ball. If it didn't touch the tennis ball, then the door wouldn't close, and we had a it's actually a lot like this, where it has a rail system, and you push a button. It would be, let's see. Okay, theirs is not. Oh, there it is. Theirs is electronic. Oh, it's a freezer. Ew. But yeah, so that's how I was learning to drive. That's what my dad would do. He put that tennis ball there so I wouldn't hit the front of the house, and then two, so we could lower the garage door. So there's the manual. So basically, you just pull this, and it pushed over the top of the car. Yeah, that's cool, man. This is some nostalgia for me. Like, this kiddie pool, hanging your bikes up in the garage, Dad's workshop, his tools, everything. Like, this is my childhood garage. We were standing in. Hey, I'm Edith.
For the first time in years,
Oh, 2010.
I felt like I was home.
Huh.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oof. In loving memory of Louis Finch, beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great-grandson to Eddie. Oh, Edie. Aw. Oh, there's a little picture. Dawn, that's the mom. Edith, that's us. Edie, the grandmother. Oh, and Lewis.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh, kitty. Okay, she's a cat lover. I like her. I like this game. Oh man, old cookbook. Check out.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Oof, I love this stove. Oh, jealous. That is gorgeous. Explore! Gotta explore, Mom.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Oh, their grandma. Oh, she was on oxygen, too.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Nursing homes. Ew. Oh, I love it. It looks like my china cabinet. A little bit. Yes, I have a china cabinet, and I have a hutch. For displaying all of my nerd stuff. I should put it over here. Shouldn't have it where it is. It should be over here so you guys can see all my stuff. This is such a beautiful house. I love just... Okay, the books randomly everywhere is kind of a thing.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
A face! You see a face? It is my face. It is my face. And I like my face. Gasp! I love this table! I want this coffee table. Center table. Accent table.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh, well. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, all the like the writing and everything, how it has an animation to it and does something. It's all adds to it. Like look at this whole bug collection. This is the best house. Well, we just started, so I'm just walking around doing stuff.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
So great-grandpa built the house. That's fun. That's so neat. Oh, good stuff.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Oh, that's what we're doing. We are trying to find where the key fits. And that's so neat. Cello, a violin. Is this back in the kitchen? This house is amazing! Can we unlock the door now? Oh.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Oh, Milton. This seems a bit excessive.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Excuse me? Again, a skosh excessive, but We'll we'll move on. Oh man. Okay, so my grandma, when she lived at home with us, had one of these. It's a lift, and you sit in it, and it takes you up because she can no longer walk up and down stairs. So she had to have the lift to take her up and downstairs because she lived on our second floor. Um, ugh, my heart. Okay, up the stairs we go. Second floor.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Oh.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Attaway, Grandma. Get it. Or great-grandma. I would just call her Grandma. This is so neat. This house is amazing. This house is the best. Oh, that's what this is. I see. Oh, look at this door. How cute. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
So the rooms, oh, that's when they, oh. Okay, so the rooms represent the people. I love how they're decorated.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
This is so amazing. I love it. I love this game.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Your mom was crazy. Just gonna put this out there.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Let's go! I'm sold. This game is amazing.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Oh, this game is stunning.
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Ooh, it's a whistle. That's cool. Oh, owls. It's an owl mask. I love her. Orca Island Caves. Ugh.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
It's meta.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yep, this is what a 10-year-old girl's bedroom would look like. Molly. Hey, Molly. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her little cat ears.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Aww. Halloween is soon and we will have candy. And this is all gonna be decorated. Your room is so adorable, sweetie. Oh, look at your fishbowl.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Okay, that's really strange. not gonna eat the... She was like dissecting a starfish? Huh, what's in here?
I ate a lot of things that night.
That's gross.
I kept eating and eating.
You're eating toothpaste? Okay.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Is she hallucinating? Oh, okay, alright, we jump with R2.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh, I see what's going on. So, okay, when you hold the R2 button, you are like wiggling your butt. You're like doing like the little kitty cat butt wiggle. And I guess we can't really miss.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Where do I go?
I jumped and I almost got her.
Oh, we're gonna get it. Where'd she go? Oh, I hear you. Oh, I see. Oh, see, we're like we're moving our butt.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Oh, we are that kind of predator. Where'd she go? Where's the bird? Oh, there she is.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
We caught a rabbit.
I imagined imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
Oh.
Then I flew off to find something bigger.
This is really strange, but I love it.
A mama rabbit.
I totally clipped through that tree.
She was almost too big to carry.
fish now. Are we gonna eat the gerbil?
All my stomach started growling.
Okay.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh boy!
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh, I see. There's a... Cool. Our little family tree.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Kitty! Oh no, Kitty, come back.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Find yourself. Oh, Edith Finch Easter eggs. Okay. So find yourself. Alright, so someone put that on the roster. Norway. That's cool. Odin, 1880 to 1937. Interesting.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He took the house? That's cool.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Fair.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Oh, and that's great grandma. Okay, and then Sven, great grandfather Sven, built the house. Sven was a genius. Just saying. Sven was one of those guys that you like. Just like, hey, can you build? And he's like, yes, 100%. I can totally build you this at any time.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Oh, no, wait, I wasn't done. I wasn't done, no. Okay, now I'm done.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Interesting. So Edie, our Edie, great grandma, was born in 1917 and lived till 2010. She's old. And husband Sven. Okay, so all the purple names are direct relation, and the leaves, I guess, are either adopted or brought into the family. Why is that so much lighter on y'all's end? 1 second. There. Unsure. Okay. Just looks browner on y'all's screen. Oh well. Oh, but I love her little drawings. That's so neat. That's really cool. Mysterious Deaths in the Thereafter. Oh, he wrote a book. Oh, Odin Finch, Joining the Great Majority. What we got? Aww. Oh, that's adorable. I want to look in the peephole. Peephole! Ugh, okay. Sag. Oh, pillbox. Ugh. Man, that's so... Oh, look at all... I know there's a glowy thing there, but I want to be like... Explore everything first.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
No, that's
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Oh, so that's what the dragon is outside. It's a slide. I see. I like Sven. 19. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at the blueprints. The levels. This is the best house.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Ah.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Mole man. For real. Aww. This is so neat. Okay, the obvious
Lewis
one.
died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Oh, she did these. Oh, great grandma was awesome. I love her. This is the best. Oh, I'm just gonna wax poetically about the amazingness of this house. Look at this. That's not an action. Oh, that's so cool. There's a sword. Look at all of this. Ugh. Norwegian folk tales. Oh, fun. That's beautiful. I don't know how to feel about pink carpet. I have opinions. I have a lot of opinions about pink carpet. Because that's carpet.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Not a fan.
It was a pretty big trace.
Okay, so yeah, in America there are somehow tickled pink does not seem to be one of those. No, I had pink carpet in my childhood bedroom, and to this day, I'm slowly getting over it. So I have pink in my shirt currently. I to this day am just not a fan of pink in any shade. I have a couple of shirts that have been pink because I didn't have any choice. But if I have a choice, I will stay away from the color lightish red. Like pink walls, pink carpet, and then these tiny little white ribbons that dotted the outline of my room. Ugh. And it was about this shade. Oh my god. Oh, this. Oof. Oh, it's a shower chair. Or it's a plastic chair that is in the shower that has been used as a shower chair. God. Oh. This is some PTSD memories. But yes, carpet in the bathroom was indeed a thing. Especially in America. Because my grandma had carpet in her bathroom. So. God. I'm just not a fan of pink at the moment. There's The Secret in This Bathroom by Finn and Edith Finch. That's cool. This is the best game!
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
I love it. I love everything about this game. Calvin. That's my dad's name.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Oh, photography. So this was his dark room. Ah, I see. Milton. Hey, bud. Push. Okay. Fort Sam. And who is this? Fort Calvin. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, this is my side and that's your side.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Oh. That's sad.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh
I
no,
told
wait.
him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think
Oh,
he'd
I
already
hate
made up
this.
his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
That's rough. Oh my god. He was 11. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. No, it's okay, so if you watched the game from yesterday, no, like this is far removed from the terror that was yesterday. But
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
oh. Oh, that's cool. All right. Oh, okay. Lift up. What is with this house? Cool. It's really cool. It's not a jump scare game. No, this is just. Well, that's upsetting.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, okay. Who are you,
Edie's
sir?
father, Odin, built the original house. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, so we have to find some way to get upstairs. Okay. Barbara's room. And okay, then we're back at the beginning. Okay, so let's go to Barbara's room. Excitement! Let's go! I love this. Little wine cabinet. Thank you, Milton.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
This is absolutely stunning.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached
Hey,
for the music
Zuko.
box.
How are you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're in a spin. Well, but welcome. Yay. Welcome to chat. You can feel free to hang out with us while we play this amazing game.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh, that's
The
terrifying.
gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Resurrect him.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. This is a trick.
Thank you,
Dead
Suko.
Walter.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. So, okay. So this is what remains of Edith Finch. This, the game is about this girl named Edith, and she's walking through her old family home, kind of remembering her family. And we get to experience the deaths of some very prominent family members through their eyes, and in some very creative ways, I must admit. Some also very tragic ways. And this is about Barbara, who is a movie star in her younger days, but it's being told through a comic book, which I think is very awesome, and I love because I love comic books. So we have to go save our brother Walter. Oh, I'm sure this house was so creepy on Halloween. Oh, that's cool. And I love this house. I think this. Oh, hello.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Yes.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Get him.
And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
This is how people die in horror movies. Oh, look, there's the monster.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Barb and Walt, yeah. See, this is how people die in horror movies.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
I am tense.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her.
Okay.
For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Excuse me?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Right.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, he said eerie sound. I was like, oh God, where's Drifter? He sounds like an old man. Jafar in the right? Maybe it's the same guy. Who knows? Dead at 16. Yep. Alright. Okay. Okay, so we gotta...
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
So... Oh! Well,
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
so where was the... Where was the basement?
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Where was the basement again? Oh, it was over here. It was over here. I'm like, not remembering where anything is. Who knew? Life's good. We finished. I finished my first class. I start my next class on October 6th. It'll be an English class, so lots of writing, lots of creativity gonna happen, and I got some really cool things to show you guys, but that'll have to be after the 6th. I'll be able to show you guys because then I'll be able to update everything. But it'll be something cool for this for the channel, and I'm really excited for it. So coming soon near you. Oh, it's a pool table. I have a pool table in my basement. Yeah, I'm getting my master's in professional and technical writing. This looks like my basement in my childhood home. I have a pool table. And the washer and dryer are not this massive, but they're like, I write you a song. I'm not lyrically inclined. I write stories. I can write short stories if I'm inspired to write a short story. Suko and Taz song. Will Ixie play in the band with you guys? Oh, there's the saw that the
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Oh, it's the dragon from outside. I can't wait to go see that. I hope we go see it. Oh, it's a boat.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Excuse me? I'm so sorry it's like really dark for you guys on y'all's end.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
She built a fallout shelter. Oh, this little guy? Here, let me show you guys. So this, and I'm gonna decorate this whole little corner. And then eventually I'll get like a green screen and we'll take it up and down. So this is a frog with I'm trying not to put a glare on it. With a written in a drawn in a Japanese format. A friend of mine got it for me. It's from overseas, and because I love frogs. And I have another one, another painting very similar. Let me go see if I can find it. Hold on. Well, first I have to pull the nail out. And him doing a heckin' fishing. He's doing a fishing. Oh wait, hold on. I have to orient my. Here we go. Here we go. And this up here is a puzzle that I put together, and I frame puzzles. So one of my my Tronus is an owl. Actually, I am House Ravenclaw. Patronus is an owl. That's actually like my first favorite animal, but I do love frogs a lot. But I put puzzles together and I frame them, so a lot of the artwork in my house are puzzles that I put together. Let me go see if I can find that other picture of a frog. 1 second. So share stream for like 2 seconds. Okay. So, this is a samurai frog on a torii gate, and he's got his little straw hat. And I will frame him, and he'll go like right here or something. He's gonna go on this wall because this wall is very bare. Yeah. Or in some manner of like here or here. Yeah. He's it's a big frog, and he's a samurai. He's got his pipe and like straw hat. Here's the torii gate, and then there's the sacred rope, and he's in the ocean. He's a nice samurai. Samurai. Honor. So, samurai frog. So, Great Grandma Edie built a fallout shelter.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Who is the samurai rabbit? I don't know. Is that Walter's old bed? Okay, so now we're gonna do Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Excuse me?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Yojimbo? Oh, the mole man?
Even a monster
Panda
on the
Khan.
other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
So, Walter built a fallout shelter. By the way, I'm getting Ghost of Tsushima, and we'll play that. That's gonna be a completionist game. We're gonna do it all, because I love samurai. And also learning Japanese, so. Look at this! This is so weird! What did they wait? Hold on. Jiggly Farms grape jelly. So someone built it for him.
I know
Or
it's
maybe-
out there somewhere.
Or maybe it was already here and he just like
Whatever killed
reinforced it
Barbara.
for him. Whatever killed Barbara.
And Molly
Molly.
and Calvin.
Mm.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Famous last words, buddy. I am not training to be a samurai. I love Japanese culture.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Eating peaches is not.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
He got hit by a train? I can't with these people. Suko, I'm cool. I can wield a sword. I know how to fence. but it's not like the same as like the samurai code or, you know, bushido or stuff like that. It's not that. I know how to fence. I know how to though the rumbling monster. It's the train. Oh my god. Oh, these people. But I do know how to fence. I do know how to wield a sword well. It's just not bushido or the way of the samurai. That's insane. This family.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
I mean...
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oh, we were just totally
I
blaming
don't want
it
to
on.
make the same mistakes she made.
I'm sorry, I want to look at this like... That's gross.
Trying to
Walter...
bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
No,
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
No.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Oh, I can't just walk into the sea. Okay. No, I have cloth armor. I wear it to the Renaissance Fair. I'm normally a rogue.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
This is all so wild. But it's beautiful. Like, in a way. It's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, okay, I'm with Edith on kind of this one. So
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Because, you know, whether we really like our families or not, because, you know, there are things about my
I think
family.
we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zerpy, Lurpy, Burpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. We have Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, and Zoe. An unnamed fish and bunny. Bailey. Oh, it's a frog! No. We have Christopher. Oh, it's a fish! Wow. Shadow. Shotzi. Oliver the rabbit. And Bob the dog. Bailey. Floating text is neat. But I have leather armor that I wear to Renaissance Fair, and also some cloth armor that I wear when I go as a rogue, which is a lot of fun. I never go to, like, be a Rinny person, but I go to just participate and, like, be in costume and walk around and stuff like that. And it's fun. It's fun to kind of be a part of the background of it.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Calvin. Molly. Aww.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
So, this to me is amazing, and I know we have a lot of laughs and stuff like that, and we have a lot of scares on this channel, but this is a very deep and moving game. And one of the things that my family, my grandfather really, was about was telling the stories of our family. You could never be around my grandfather for too long without him telling you some crazy story about this relative or this uncle or this cousin. He knew it all, and he told them it all, like every Christmas, Thanksgiving. God, it didn't matter when we got together. He was always telling some story, and I loved to sit at his feet and listen to him tell me the stories of our family. And this is such a treasure to have, are the stories of who you are, like the people who came before you and made you And you are alive because of them. And whether we love them, hate them, whether you are estranged from them, whether we like it or not, those pieces of those people are what make us who we are. And I don't like some things about my family, but at the end of the day, I can accept that and move on and be who I am, because it all has culminated in who I am as a person. But this is beautiful. Like, yeah, her family is not perfect, and no family is, but her remembrance of these people, like even her mom, who she's just like, I wish my mom would have told me all these secrets, or I wish my mom would have done this, and my mom was this and that and the other. Still, though, this is her way of remembering, and her mom, I think, tried to do her best, but I don't,
Edith's side was always easier for me to understand.
Yeah, and...
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Yeah, see?
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
He was 2. Sam was 33. Gus was 11. 11. Am I doing that math right? No, 13. 33, 13, 2. And her mom, I guess, wanted like a normal life for her.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay, Milton. And there's Lewis. Lewis is right here. Sanjay. I don't know who Sanjay is.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Oh, I love it. This is beautiful.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
This is a beautifully done game. Absolutely gorgeous.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, jeez. Lady. Yeah, I know she said, like, you, like, to know about your family. I thought she might have been writing, like, in, like, a passage. I didn't know we were pregnant now. What?
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Oh, is he in the military? Oh, God. Man, this is my
They were
family.
both pretty intense.
Yep. Yep.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
I love this. Yep. I feel such a bond. Okay. I feel such a bond with Edith and her family.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Nina. Hey, baby. Nina. Here. Yeah. This is. Nina.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Hold on. We have to take
Your grandpa
a break.
Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don. I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Don, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
This frog is gonna make me like hate frogs, I think.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
So I hate this now.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
Yep, I hate it.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
That's hard. That's really hard. So so you guys know I don't have children. I just have my cats, but and I've been the aunt and friend's aunt of people whose children have passed away at a very young age, and that's that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot to process. I don't blame Sam. I don't blame Mom. That's just really rough. That's tough. That's really tough. So when I was 2, same age Gregory was, before fancy locks and before fancy doors and cameras and stuff like that, I was sitting with my brother, who was about 9, maybe 10, and I got out the back door to the backyard, and in our backyard is a swimming pool, and I jumped in the deep end. I'm 2 years old. I don't know how to swim, and I am here today because my 9-year-old brother jumped in and saved me and my little 2-year-old dumbass self. But yeah. Okay. Bye, Horde. I'll see you later. Have a good day. And I almost drowned. then. No, sound alerts aren't working. Don't worry, don't use them. I'm in Streamlabs OBS. I'm not in like normal OBS. But But yeah, so yeah, he was very quick to act. My older brother, is my hero. He's a superhero to me. Um, I mean, obviously he has his faults and his flaws, and he's a dad now, and he has a little daughter who looks a lot like me, but like an 8-year-old version of me, which is scary. But he saved me, and I can only imagine what would have happened if something, because I'm a rainbow baby. Um, my parents had a child before me, and she passed away, and so I am my mom's own, like, kind of next attempt at a daughter. My parents' next attempt at a daughter. So I'm a rainbow kid, and my brother, to this day, he's like, I don't know about that, but he will always forever be my hero to me. And so I can only imagine my family having to go through that, had that happened to me, and that's rough. That's rough.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, this is heavy. There's the kite. I've always wanted to play this game. And I've tried so hard to keep it spoiler-free for myself. So I know, so I can just experience it.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Yes, no, I'm also happy that it was not a thunder strike, that lightning didn't kill him, to be honest.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
That's how Sanjay fits in. It's Dawn's husband. Edith, dad.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Aww. They each have their own little thing. It's so cute. I'm sorry I've been quiet this whole time. It's just I'm like absorbed in this game.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Oh, did she homeschool them?
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
This is really, really close to home for me. My cousin, before he passed away, in a car crash, he was driving with his brother in the car, and they were T-boned into a ravine, and my cousin Justin survived, but Derek passed away. He was an artist. Him and his brother had a dream of opening a car detail shop where they would paint cars and put decals and paint really cool things on cars. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be an artist, and he was great. And his whole room was covered in his artwork that my aunt preserved after he died. So this is very close. It's very nice. It's very nice to see.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh. No. Come on. This is really cool.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So she didn't really know him. Oh my god. Oh, we are pregnant. Ugh.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Oh, yeah. Gotta go around. You gotta go around the other way.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
I have these chairs. I have one. I have one of these chairs. No, I 100% wanted to play this game completely. First impressions only. Oh, this is such a wonderful game. Oh, he's got a hookah. Oh, Lewis. Woo-wee.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
That part of him lived on.
Lewis, my man. Yeah. No, 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 no. Go back. No, turn around. No. No, go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to look around. I didn't mean to leave. Oh, I just like thought we were like looking. Like you look down, and you see your body. I just thought she was like seeing her body. I didn't recognize that there was like a bump there. Lewis, my man. He has exercise ball, dude. Lewis and I are the same person. Dude, Lewis be a gamer. Lewis gamer. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe not that poster. I don't have that poster, but obviously legalized. We are 420 friendly. This chat. I have friends who are 420 friendly, and so I just am by default. I don't have a problem with it. Oh my God, Lewis.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together,
Heck
but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Same. Same. Lewis, my boy. Oh, look at the big screen. Man, Lewis, my man.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh, no.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh!
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it.
I don't want to do this.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. Feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
So I'm able to do this, like, and like,
St. Louis.
listen to this because. So I used to play the piano, and so when you play the piano,
He started
for
drifting away from our reality.
any type of instrument, it allows you to separate.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In
So I can
Lewisburg, he
independently
heard
move
rumors of a handsome queen.
Sure.
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her
Ooh, no, the electric sitar. Come on.
electric
Okay.
sitar.
Sorry, I got caught up in that. I like the sitar.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Hey, this is some good gameplay.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Oh.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
This is wild, y'all.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Sorry, so wait, dude, how do you die? Oh Jesus, here we go.
I still thought I could save him.
Oh, here we go.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Was brother delusional?
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Y'all, substance abuse is nothing to shake a stick at. If you or someone you know is dealing with that, like, I advise help. Like, don't shirk getting help.
His
At
queen
all,
waited,
ever.
holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh God. I don't want to do it.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That one's hard. Like, these have all been, like, really hard or, like, really, like, family, and I feel so. I I feel very close to Edith right now because a lot of things that have happened to her family and my family are very parallel, and that's hard. That one's hard. Oh, okay. You're gonna be sad. So I think we have to go to her grandma next, or her great grandma, and that's gonna be hard. So, oof, that's hard. Yeah, yeah. Like, hug the people closest to you that you love and you cherish. Tell them that they are so important to you and that they can count on you. Because that's what people need. Like, none of us are in this alone. I am here. Our Discord is here. We are an understanding community. I am a very understanding person. I am. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. And great grandma is gonna hurt even more. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Death is the next great adventure. And, you know, none of us are getting out of this alive. And, so, we're gonna move on. Gonna go see great grandma, okay? But if you know anyone who's struggling with substance abuse or is needing mental health help, you guys get it. You guys encourage your friends, your family. Get the help. Get the help you need. Get the help they need. My uncle was an alcoholic. I was married to an alcoholic. I I can't speak to my experience, but it's my uncle's experience. But my ex-husband didn't want to get help. He would just have rather had been mean. So you guys encourage your family and friends if they need help. Get it. It's out there, and help them. Don't just be there for them. That's great grandma's gonna be difficult. My grandma also lived with us, and we had a stair lift. She wasn't on oxygen, but she was great. She was the best woman. She was so strong and amazing and absolutely a pillar of strength and faith in my life, and I can't wait to see what she says about her grandma. That was hard. That was really difficult. Love your friends, your family, those that you consider brothers, those that you consider sisters. Just love on all of them. We're not here for long, and I stuck? Am I going the right way? And this is where I'm like, did I miss something? Oh, I did. Thank you, bright light on the screen. All of these have been really impactful. Like I really I understand Edith a lot and her family. My family's just as strange. I'm a
When we
strange
got
individual.
from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Unpacking commence.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom set up the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Out of the way, Grandma. I would like some gloves like that. Because winter is coming. I think I might get some gloves like that.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
1 second.
When
Right.
the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
I had a text from someone who texted me like a couple hours ago, and I was like, I have not answered them. I have not answered these people. Probably need to do that.
I got turned around.
How are you doing, Vix?
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Oh no.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Hey, how are you?
A few years went by.
Hello.
My mom didn't like to talk about it,
That's a cool
but
effect.
she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
That was amazing. For Shirley Davis, 1948 to 2013. Oh, that was, oh my God, I don't know how to process that. I've always wanted to play this game, and I felt that now was a good time to play it. Everything ends. Gone home. Yes. It totally lived with the hype. Yes, it's more an emotional roller coaster, which is, I mean, kind of in the wheelhouse of a Friday game for this channel. It's very much in the, like, the up and down. Now, it really got very melancholy and very sad, and if you resonate with any of the characters Edith talked about, even herself, like, I bonded so hard with Edith. Like, I don't have, because I don't have children, but I kind of am an aunt to a lot of my friends' children, and I would, you know, I spoiled them and everything, so I feel like I've got, thanks, Johan. You know, I would mother them if they would let me. But they, so I feel like when the moms have lost their children to young ages, you know, and teenage rebellion, and, you know, Dawn finding love, and then having her 3 kids, and then things happening to them, Milton never being found, Gregory, of course, God, like, and Sam, oh, that was hard. All of that is just, like, oof. Walter was really tough. Barbara's was a little silly, I have to admit. Like, of all, like, Barbara's was fun to me. I think, like, the founder of the family, Odin, I think that's a great name. Molly was really sad. All of them were just incredibly poignant and, like, very, very on the nose. But it didn't, like, drag out the point about, you know, this is a very sad thing to, you know, to have happen. Calvin's was incredibly touching for me. Like, again, because my father's name is Calvin. And I've tried to go over the handle. I've tried to fly and go over the monkey bars as well. I love these. I love this whole, like, family photos of the developers. It's really great. Yeah, Lewis was hard. Lewis was really hard. Gregory was hard. If you've had children, if you've had death in death in families is difficult, and grief is difficult to process and move through, and, you know, they have stages of grief, and we go through those in different stages in our life, and you're never really over grief. Like, grandma going to a nursing home, My grandma went to nursing home. My mom regrets that horribly. She wishes we had not done that, because if she had known that the end, then she would not have sent my grandma to a nursing home if she had knew that was all the time she had left. Oh, the replay a story. Oh, so we can replay the different little stories. That's cool. Oh, and there's Dawn and Edie, the whole family. We don't know about Ingeborg or Kay or Sanjay or any of that. Oh, that was... This has been a very emotional game. I probably won't play another game like this for a little bit because I gotta process this. But love your families, those that you consider family. Learn about them. Tell their stories. And even if you're not close with your own family, still learn about them because their history is important. Their stories are just as dynamic as yours. I have people in my family I don't talk to, but I know their stories because I choose to remember. My aunt I'm estranged from, I know her story well. It's a lesson. It's a lesson I will teach. Not now, because it's a little involved, but I know the story of my uncles, of my family, of my brothers. You know, just these are people that we need to remember, and we need to hold them dear in our heart and hold them as treasures. Whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, and whether the endings are good, bad, or indifferent. It's all a part of who we are as people. I thank you guys for being here today. And it's about living. Moving on and moving forward. This life is ever constant. The only constant, the only assured thing in life is that we're all gonna die. And I think when you realize that, you start living more for the day and to be present. So live today. Be present. Be in your life. Be present in those lives that matter. So I thank you all again. Thank you, Cowardly Dog, for being here at the end. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. Vix, thank you for coming in. Lucy, always a pleasure to have you here. Taz, you're still lurking. Ms. Dresser, every single one of y'all. Suko, sorry if you're watching this in the future. Hey man, I hope you're doing well. I really do. We're always here for you. We're here for any of you. Join our Discord. Hop in. Say something. Talk. Reach out. We're here for you guys. You know, we're all dynamic, and we all have amazing stories to tell. And I hope that at the end of it all, they'll all have one grand adventure. We'll all go on. This was heavy, but we're moving on from it. As is the way in life. We must move on. I will see you all Monday for an incredibly terrifying game called Tormented Souls. We're just gonna move right through into some more scary games. And more Spooktober will happen on Monday. Actually, no, wait. We're doing Cry of Fear Monday, Tormented Souls Tuesday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Join our Discord. Join this channel. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe there. You'll get these videos when I go live. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye.